the National Football League on EA Sports. And if it's in the game, it's in the game.
Hold on tight. We're in for an exciting one.
Next on Madden Football.
We are just a few miles from the Gulf Coast of Florida at Raymond James Stadium here in Tampa. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis with you from our broadcast perch. And Charles, as we get this thing started, what are you going to be keeping your eye on?
Special teams. Field position is always a big determiner in a ball game. Who sets their offense up for success the best? That team will win the game.
The kicker, Graham Gano, set to put his foot into this one. And off we go from Tampa. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. So out come the Bucs now for their first drive. They will be led out by the Heisman Trophy winner from 2018 from Oklahoma, Baker Mayfield.
And he's a guy who plays with a lot of emotion. He's learned how to channel it really positively, because when he throws the football downfield and makes a big play, he'll be the first guy downfield to celebrate with you. But also, when his team needs that confidence, when they need that jolt, they turn to him, and he's ready to provide it.
And the tight end goes in motion left. Baker going to throw this right away. And there's a short one taken in by Otten. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's second down.
It's vitally important to wrap him up immediately, because if you let that big guy get ahead of steam up, boy, then you've got real trouble trying to get him down.
But they're able to hold him to a short gain on first down. Ball on the 30 now. Here's second down and 7. They'll run it. Here's the rookie from Oregon. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
An early test. 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2. They'll try and run here with Irving. And they needed 2. They could only get 1. 4th down.
Well, they picked up a portion of it, but not all that they needed. Now that leads to a decision on 4th and 1. Let's see what they decide to do.
Here comes the Buccaneers punter now. He'll kick it away after a 3-and-out on the opening drive of the game. It's a 45-yard punt, then 8 on the return. And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10. So now we'll get a look at the other offensive unit as they come out for their first possession. They will be led out by a 2nd-round pick in 2019. Out of Missouri, it's Drew Lock.
And I think that everyone is looking forward to seeing Drew Lock take the next step in the quarterback evolutionary process. Decision-making is something that he's working on improving, because he's got plenty of arm and makes excellent off-platform throws. What he's seeking now? To be consistent in all of his processes.
They'll start with a run by Tracy. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on 2nd down.
And they'll come up on a 2nd and 7 from the 27. To throw it is Lock. A short throw pulled in by Bellinger. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And now we've got a 3rd down and 3.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well, because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, Nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
They fake the handoff. Now Locke. That is caught. And he will have a Giants first down. They needed 3. He doubled that. He got 6. Well, they kept it simple there, CD, only needing the short gain to move the chain, so they didn't want to go with a deep throw. They just go with that safer, shorter throw and able to convert.
Nothing wrong with that at all, partner. Check the box, right? Make sure you pick up the first down. Offense is getting established. You're moving the ball. You're not turning it over. Check, check, check. They like what they're doing early in the game.
And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
From the gun, it's Locke. Pass is caught by Wan'Dale Robinson. 7 yards there and a first down.
A gain of 7. First down, New York.
Locke going to throw. This one hauled in, and again it's Robinson. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield. Chances are good he's going to be a very busy guy. 2 catches already in his opening drive, and they were looking his way for a third.
I think they put this defense on notice that could be a really, really frequent combination. This will be the 8th play of the drive here. 3rd and 4. Locke looks to throw it again. He's got his target. That's complete. And he gets us down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. That's good for a first down, his 2nd catch of the opening drive. Solid opening drive so far, Charles. They've moved this football into field goal range, but you know that they want to cap this off with 6 and not 3.
Absolutely. As one of the better coaches in the league always tells me, on offense, I want to throw body blows all game long and finish it with uppercuts. Well, here are the body blows right now. He's hoping in one uppercut will take care of the end of this drive.
Tracy going to get it on first down. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
That was a really nice play, able to stack that one up. When they get back in the huddle, he's got to tell his guys up front, great job. They kept people off of him, allowed him to run free, and make the hit on the runner.
Filled the gap nicely, kept him to just a 1-yard gain. Here's Locke to throw. Open man, that's Malik Neighbors. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 21. 11 more yards there, and this methodical drive continues.
Well, they obviously red man coverage their partner, and he got downfield, broke down the defender, made him
What do you mean by that?
Yeah, he made him think he was going to run a different route. Probably thought he was going to take it upfield. Then he curls back inside for the completion.
And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. Stuck for a loss by the safety, Antoine Winfield Jr.
We knew both of these safeties were good in run support, but how about the play we just saw there? How about that closing speed? Able to get to the outside part of the field and turn that play into a loss.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Now Locke, he lost the football. It's out. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. No score after 1 on EA Sports. Giant football, and we're ready to begin the 2nd quarter. The good news, they kept the ball. Bad news, it's 3rd and long. Block now to throw. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. That's going to bring up 4th down, only a gain of 2 there.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
A 47-yard attempt.
Gano's kick is good, and the Giants are off now to a 3-0 lead.
Well, in a close game like this, obviously you want the touchdown, but certainly they will take the 3.
And they'll be okay with that, but let's throw a little credit to the defense as well. I'm just glad this doesn't come down to a debate, right? Which side won, partner? Because the defense, hey, we didn't give up a touchdown. The offense, hey, we put 3 on the board. Either way you look at it, I think both sides gained something out of that drive.
After knocking through the field goal, here's Gano back out there now for the kickoff.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
Tampa Bay, they're getting ready to set up shop here for their second drive.
This one a little slow to get cooking. Just a 3-0 scoreline as they begin with a 1st and 10. Mayfield. Quick slant to Otten.
That'll go for a gain of 7. And that will bring up 2nd down.
Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Now 2nd and 3. Baker going to give it to Irving.
And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
If they're going to get a first down out of this, they're going to have to earn it because there's been tough going in the interior there. And here we are on 3rd and 1. Be prepared. Brace yourself. Could be some contact going on.
Here now, 3rd and a yard. Once again, it's Irving.
And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
That's a tremendous group effort there because when you talk about offensive lines, the best ones, talk about guys that play in harmony, in sync, and getting things done, and they did that on that play.
Yeah, especially on 3rd and 1. Got to be in sync, and they were.
On 1st and 10, here's Irving.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Look, all any running back wants is a little bit of room, a little bit of space in order to maneuver. But he also understands how difficult it is for his offensive line up front. So if they give him any space, he realizes his job to make more out of it than what they give him. Picks up 3 on that carry.
They'll try to throw here. Mayfield. It's caught by Mike Evans. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 44-yard line. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. So the drive takes them into Giants territory now. 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Throwing, Mayfield. This is Shepard on the catch. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it's 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
A run up the middle with Irving.
And he got half of what he needed there, 2 yards, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2.
From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Bucs first down, and he's going to have it by plenty. Able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 2. Second quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score. To throw, Mayfield. Completes this again to Shepard. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. 18 yards there, and it'll be a 1st and goal. They'll come out in the pistol. Now Mayfield. And Evans hauls it in. Touchdown, Bucs. A 5-yard touchdown catch. And the Bucs will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. That could be an important swing right there. A touchdown in the final minute of the half to take the lead.
And I like the point you just made there. Could be an important swing because now that they have the lead, if they can carry that into the locker room at the half, they'll feel really good about what they accomplished in the first 2 quarters.
Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. So that one a long 11-play drive. And it's Mike Evans who caps it with a touchdown reception. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Giants now going to take over late in this first half. With this slim deficit closing in on the end of the first half, we'll see if they can move this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 out of this drive. They look to throw. It's Locke. Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. And Robinson, the motion man right. Now Locke. And a quick throw here that's complete. And he'll be out of bounds at the 25-yard line. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play. And it'll be a 3rd and about 13. Straight ahead, here's Tracy. And they'll indeed stop him on 3rd down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts? Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. On 4th down, here's Jamie Gillen on to punt. The Trey Palmer deep for Tampa Bay.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. A little under 30 seconds to go. We'll see how they play it here on 1st and 10. Mayfield to throw it. It's hauled in by Shepard. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. Mayfield looks to throw. The Bucs forced to use their third and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Second down and 3. Mayfield now. Little out route here, complete to Shepard. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. A good pickup, but it will come on what should be the final play in this first half. So we've hit halftime here in Tampa with the Bucs out in front. As we send you a stone's throw away across I-4 to Orlando. There standing by is Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? Okay, Coach, yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. The Giants set to get the football, and they trail here as we get back underway in the second half. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. Here's the Giants offense now getting set to start the third quarter. They do trail, but they have a chance to possess the football first to try and do something about it.
And that certainly makes it something of an important drive for them, because is it going to win the game? No, but you have to do something to bring some life to your sideline.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. Second down.
But from an offensive perspective, that was a tough run because he only picked up 3 yards. But let's flip it over to the defensive side. They now have the advantage. 3 3-yard gains. That means they're punting the ball likely on fourth down. That's what you're looking for when you're playing defense. Shotgun snap to Lock.
Over the middle, taken in by Neighbors. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
And the throw and the catch were just fine, but against zone coverage when you run a drag route, what you're hoping for is he makes the catch and makes someone miss, and they don't there. Very difficult route to run when everyone has their eyes back towards the quarterback and they're able to see the route develop.
Catch made by Slayton. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. Second and 2.
That's tough to play zone defense when they can just curl up right there in front of you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we talk about finding the soft spot. Defensively, how do you make sure they don't find the soft spot like they did there?
Tough to do, because what they normally will do is run routes that'll pull you out of that spot they want to get into. That's what we call not taking the cheese, right? Don't go for the mousetrap. But it's hard to do because when you see a guy cutting that in that direction, you tend to go towards him.
10 yards, good for a Giant first down.
Well, they certainly had their share of troubles running the football in this one, but this play is almost an extension of the running game right here. They set up the screen, let him work out in space on the perimeter, and he turns it into a big pickup.
Here's Locke.
Now this thrown deep for Slayton.
And it's knocked away and incomplete.
And that's where you're counting on a receiver's size being an advantage. They were hoping he could go up the top of a smaller DB and haul that one in. A good thought, but that time it didn't work out.
Here's 2nd and 10.
In motion, the tight end. Now Locke again. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe.
Kalijah Kancey picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
We are seeing two really confident defenses imposing their will on these offenses in this game.
Yeah, absolutely, going toe for toe. Just curious if one of these offenses can wake up a little bit.
Is there any way they can find something that can pop, something big to knock them back on their heels?
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. From midfield, here's Locke.
And that is incomplete. Now the pressure there on 3rd down, forcing the errant pass. 4th down coming up.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really.
Now here's Gillen on now to punt as he gets this one away.
35 yards that time on the punt.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
Here comes the Buccaneers offense. They get their first reps of the 2nd half.
Now this game, it has obviously been all about the defense on both sides of the football. Which offense is going to break through here? We'll see if they can do it on this drive. Now Mayfield and the Bucs come up on 1st and 10
at their own 18.
On the ground, it's Irving to start the drive.
Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10.
They'll stay on the ground with Irving.
This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Here comes 3rd down and 7.
Here's Mayfield.
That is caught. And he is going to have the Buccaneers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So he turned to a trusted, familiar face in that 3rd down situation. It paid off.
Yeah, you go to your veteran receiver in that spot, so you can't underestimate him when he's on the field defensively. Make sure you know where he is because he understands how to get open in key situations.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll look to throw here.
And there's a short one taken in by Otten.
And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. Now we're going to get a timeout. Appears we've got an injured Buccaneer.
While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. Second down at 6 now from the 42. Straight ahead, it's Irving. And strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49. 10 yards there and a Buccaneer first down. Good push up front and that run in between the tackles.
Let's play the leverage game here. Offensive line just got lower than the defensive front, and they were able to get their pads on them and move them backwards and create space for their running back to roam.
From the gun, Mayfield.
They're looking for Godwin, but it's intercepted. Isaiah Simmons picking it off. And the Giants are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line. So this offense moving the ball well, trying to open up a 2-score lead here in the third quarter, but now potentially a play that could have big ramifications.
Yeah, you've driven the ball down the field. Things are looking up, but it takes just one bad decision to throw things off the rails.
Here's the Giant offense now as they get ready to take over here.
They'll start in excellent field position following the INT. They couldn't ask for much more to this point in the second half. A gorgeous day, 1-score game. 1st and 10 here.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That's good for 21 yards and a 1st down.
Every team in the league always wants explosive plays, breakout plays, and even more so when it's your horse who's had a tough time during the game.
Yeah, not that great in the first half. Maybe he can recalibrate here in the third and then carry that over to the fourth.
I like that. Recalibrate. Strong.
And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Locke. A throw out wide, going to be incomplete.
Well, you have no doubt about that one because even though he hasn't left the pocket, he's got a receiver in the area, so it's not grounding, even though there's no way that ball was going to be caught.
So now 3rd and 10. They had the big play to start the drive, but 2 incompletions since. Locke working out of the gun. This one to Slayton over the middle. And a good tackle there right around the 30. Stops him short of the 1st down. So the completion good for 7 there. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. They'll go for it. It's Locke. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. Wow, 1st and goal, and defensively all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well. So a moment to catch our collective breath after the 4th down conversion. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Tampa. It's the Giants with possession of the football but needing points as we start quarter number 4. Now Locke on the bootleg. And he wisely will throw that one away.
Great coverage down in the end zone. He's scanning the field, looking. No one ever came open. So in the end, he makes the best decision and just fires it over the end line.
A line of scrimmage once again the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal. Again, it's Locke. And he's going to be dropped back at the 15-yard line.
Multiple defenders getting home there for a loss of 11.
2nd goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football, had to eat it, and ended up on the ground.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal.
On to give, it's Tracy. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. It's a decent gain on the ground. Call it 6, but it still leaves them with a ways to go on 4th and goal.
This defense continues to be good on 3rd down. I mean, they haven't allowed a touchdown offensively. Are you saying, let's go for this? Let's try to get it in the end zone.
I don't know about that because of what you just described. They've been so good, and they don't give up the big play that you would expect in downs 1 through 3. Watch it 4th down be any different. True. You might want to go ahead and kick the field goal and see if you can figure out something else as this game moves on.
So with that field goal, this one's now back within a field goal. Maybe not the ultimate result they wanted, but gets them that much closer.
This game is unfolding like a really good book, isn't it? Because I feel like there's a few more plot twists yet to be revealed before this one is over.
After knocking through the field goal, here's Gano back out there now for the kickoff. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Back now comes Tampa Bay. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Irving. And not a whole lot there. Maybe a yard to the 27. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
Otten brings it in over the middle. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. That's good for a Buccaneer first, a pickup of 12 yards. This is something you got to be wary of defensively. I mean, just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it. They got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of downs. Look for 2nd down. If they want to take another shot and try and loosen things up, that'd be the time to do it. I know you're thinking it, but I'll just go ahead and say it. To give you an idea of how sharp he's been in this game, just his 2nd incompletion, and we're in the 4th quarter.
He has been locked in, laser-focused all throughout this one, hasn't he?
Certainly has, and he's gotten some help from his receivers as well. They also are locked in.
Yeah, the drops have been at a bare minimum. Here's a handoff to Irving. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. The 4th quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
The Bucs on 3rd down. They've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. That's complete to his receiver, Godwin. And he is going to have a Bucs 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that certainly appears to be a critical conversion right there, because not only do they keep the drive going, they take valuable time off the clock as well. They have to feel really good about that last completion.
So the drive takes them into Giants territory now. 1st and 10 at the 47. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Mayfield. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. A nice little screen. They get 6 on 1st down.
Good call there on 1st down. And, Brandon, I'm getting better over the years and not screaming out, screen, screen, screen with my defensive training. They want to keep those pass rushers honest, and they did so there, and they wind up picking up positive yardage.
Now a give, Irving running right.
And that winds up a decent run, and it also takes us to the 2-minute warning.
Fourth quarter, 2 minutes on the clock in a tight 1-point game.
The battle in the trenches never more important than right now. This is 3rd and inches. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield.
And there's a short one taken in by Otten.
And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Here's Mayfield.
Finding Otten once more.
Whistles now and a timeout. So defensively, they burn it here with 1:51 left.
So now following the roll of the dice, they've got a 1st and 10 inside the 35. On the handoff, this is Irving.
The Giants going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
They'll come up now 3rd and 3. They'll run. This is Irving.
And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage.
They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
They'll try it now with Irving.
And try to push his way forward, but I think he's going to be short. And he is short. He needed 2. He only got 1. And this long drive is going to wind up yielding nothing. Well, their first 4th down attempt earlier was successful. This one backfires for a turnover on downs.
I like their aggressiveness. I like what they're doing. They got it the first time they went for it. Why not a second time? I don't think they'll be daunted from attempting it again. If you're on the defensive side of the ball, though, any 4th down stop is a big momentum play.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here. Now Locke. Gets this to Bellinger. Oh, and a nice tackle, a 6-yard pickup, but they need more than that.
So fire the cannons. It's a victory here for Tampa Bay.
And it was a bit of a strange game. They were held scoreless through the entire second half, but their first half output, that's enough to carry them to victory.
And that's an odd game to watch, isn't it? Because when we saw the output in the first half, you think to yourself, okay, they've got something working here. They know what they're doing. They'll continue that along. But instead, it's goose eggs in the second half. Fortunately, enough of a cushion and enough defense to carry them home.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. The Bucs are winners here as we say so long from Tampa.